Good day, dear students. Let's begin our English lessons, and I am your English teacher, Abdurahmonova O'zgartitirilgan, and today our topic is Tashkent. So look at our sightseeing. So lesson 14 for the third course of technical faculty, and topic is Tashkent. I have said, and your teacher is Abdurahmonova. So our plan consists of 8 tasks. Watching the video lessons from our lesson: history of Tashkent, demographics, transportation, main sites, education, modern Tashkent, and some activities. So Tashkent is the capital and largest city of Uzbekistan. The officially registered population of the city in 2012, and it was about 2,003,300. Due to its position in Central Asia, Tashkent came under Sogdian and Turkic influence early in its history. Before Islam in the 18th century AE, and after its destruction by Genghis Khan in 12th and 19th, the city was rebuilt and profited from the Silk Road. In 1865, it was conquered by the Russian Empire, and in Soviet times witnessed major growth and demographic changes due to forced deportations from throughout the Soviet Union. And today, as the capital of independent Uzbekistan, Tashkent retains a multi-ethnic population with ethnic Uzbeks as the majority. So what about history? Early history: Tashkent was settled by ancient people as an oasis on the Chirchik River near the foothills of the West Tanshan Mountains. In ancient times, this area contained Beyten, probably the summer capital of the Kangju Confederacy. Islamic history: the modern Turkic name of Tashkent comes from Karahanid rule in the 10th century. After the 10th century, the name evolved from Chachkan to Tashkent. The modern spelling of Tashkent reflects Russian and 20th century Soviet influence. So the city was destroyed by Genghis Khan in 12th and 19th. Also, the great conqueror had found that the Khwarezm Shah had already sacked the city in 12th and 14th. Under the Timurids and subsequent Shaybani dynasties, the city revived despite occasional attacks by the Uzbek, Kazakhs, Persians, Mongols, Oirids, and Kalmucks. In 1809, Tashkent was annexed to the Khanate of Kokand. At the time, Tashkent had a population of around 100,000 and was considered the richest city in Central Asia. It prospered greatly through trade to Russia, but chafed under Kokand's high taxes. And the Tashkent clergy also favored the clergy of Bukhara over that of Kokand, and before the emir of Bukhara could capitalize on this discontent, the Russian army arrived. So these are our sightseeings. Yes. So an impact of the Russian Revolution: with the fall of the Russian Empire, the provisional government removed all civil restrictions based on religion and nationality, and contributing to local enthusiasm for the February Revolution, and the Tashkent Soviet of Soldiers and Workers' Deputies was soon set up, but primarily represented Russian residents, who made up about a fifth of Tashkent population. Muslim leaders quickly set up the Tashkent Muslim councils based in the old city. On 10th March 19 and 17th, there was a parade with Russian workers marching with red flags, Russian soldiers singing the Les Marseillaise, and thousands of local Central Asians. So these are our sightseeings. So, and Tashkent is situated in a well-watered plain to the west of the Las Altai mountains on the road between Shymkent and Samarkand. Tashkent sits at the confluence of Chirchik River and several of its tributaries, and it's built on deep alluvial deposits up to 15 meters. The city located in an active tectonic area suffering large numbers of tremors and some earthquakes. One earthquake in 1966 measured 7.5 on the Richter scale, and the local time in Tashkent is plus 5 hours. And what about demographics? So demographics in 1983, the population of Uzbekistan of Tashkent amounted to 1,902,000 people living in a municipal area of 256 kilometers square. As of 2018, the national structure of Tashkent was as follows: 63.0 of Uzbeks and 20% Russian, 4.5 Tatars, 2.2 Koreans, 2.1 Tajiks, 1.2 Uyghurs, and 7.0 other ethnic backgrounds. So transportation, we have a lot of transportation, and one of them are metro system. Tashkent International Airport is the largest in the country, connecting the city to Asia, Europe, and North American continents. Tashkent Samarkand high-speed railway we have, and trolleybus system was closed down in 2010, and tram transport and at 1st May in 2016. So main sites, there are a lot of main sites, and let me to say about some of them. So Kukeldash Madrasa, dating back to the region Abdullah Khan, in Maulanahar and Chorsu Bazar we have and Telyasheki Mosque. So what about traditional architectural heritage? We have a lot of. So Yunus Khan Mausoleum, Palace of Prince Roman. So Alisher Nawai Opera and Ballet Theater, fine arts, some kind of, and Museum of the Flies, some arts. And the History Museum, the largest museum in the city. It housed in the ex-Lenin Museum. Emir Timur Museum, housed in a building with brilliant blue dome and ornate interior. It houses exhibits of Timur and of President Islam Karim. The gardens outside contain a statue of Timur on horseback, surrounded by some of the nicest gardens and fountains in the city. And Navoy Literary Museum, commemorating Uzbekistan's adopted literary hero Alisher Navoy, with replica manuscripts, Islamic calligraphy, and 15th century miniature paintings. The Russian Orthodox Church in Emir Timur Square, built in 1898, was demolished in 2009. The building had not been allowed to be used for religious purposes since the 19th and 20s due to the anti-religious campaign conducted by communist government from Moscow across the former Soviet Union. During the Soviet period, the building was used for different non-religious purposes. After independence, it was abandoned. Tashkent also has a World War II memorial park and a Defender of Motherland monument. Education system. Most important scientific institutions of Uzbekistan, such as the Academy of Science of Uzbekistan, are located in Tashkent, and there are several universities and institutions of higher education. So we have a lot of universities, institutions nowadays, license, let's say, and one of them, let me to introduce Tashkent Automobile and Road Construction Institute, Tashkent State Technical University, Tashkent Institute of Architecture, and so on. You see the names of our institutes and universities, and let's know for yourself. Modern Tashkent. On October 28th, President of Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev got acquainted with the project of this center. Tashkent city will become an international business center. The area of the modern complex, which will be located between the streets of Alisher Navoiy, Almazor, Islam Karimov, and Furqat, and will be 80 hectares. In accordance with the project, business centers, shopping centers, hotels, offices, and congress hall, exhibition halls, modern multi-story apartments, restaurants, an artificial lake and fountains, social and other objects will be built on the territory of Tashkent city. So, and we have some activities according to our lesson. Let's do it. Take your exercise copybook and you should complete the text. We have these words located, level, different, capital, settlement, history, and part. And you should, according to the meaning, these words in here. For example, the Tashkent, the capital city, yes, of the Republic of Uzbekistan, the large economic, political, scientific, cultural center of Central Asia, and etc. You should put all of them to the meaning. Have you copied it out for yourself, or take a photo of this activity and it will be your home task. So let's next activity. To answer the questions, we have some questions. Why is Tashkent famous? You should answer. In which country is Tashkent? Second question. And third question, when was Tashkent founded? And last question, say 5 interesting facts about Tashkent. So copy out these questions and let's give your answers. And it is also your home task. So next one, choose the correct word and translate the sentences. So first sentence, the railroad connects, improves, exists, crosses the highway about 3 miles from here. You should put one of them. For example, the railroad crosses the highway about 3 miles from here. We put crosses, yes, it is more suitable answer, and you should continue like this. A ferry is what? It carries people and goods across the river, lake, or channel. You should put. There is a train, radio, telephone in each driver's cab, and the dispatcher can communicate with the driver in case of what? And the weight of snow on the roof caused the house to what? I remember yours to this project. You should put. And last one, the main of electric local hours, high speeds of running and cleaning operations. So have you finished? So thank for your attention. Be active and stay in touch with your English teacher. Please don't forget do your home tasks. And goodbye to everybody. Up to the next lesson.